Hi Tappers! So something that is seldom highlighted about the healing process is the adjustment period after you have successfully shifted something that you no longer wanted. There are two parts to considering when something shifts, and those are the emotional physical response, or your survival mode when you come up against it, and the habit of it. Now, it is possible for these to be unequal, so that when you unhook your survival response from something, the habit of it is very weak and may even dissolve on its own. This happens most commonly in my experience with phobias. People who are afraid of heights because it was helpful to the brain to be afraid of heights, but then they forget to avoid lookouts when the brain decides to let that go. They can easily see the benefit of the vantage point, usually a really pretty view, and they don't have anything that reminds them to reconsider their new position. But what if what you release is more highly attached to a habit? Let's say you released eating sugar when you're sad. Bam, it's gone. You truly no longer even want to eat to alleviate sadness, and you're okay with processing your emotions. Good job. But you find yourself going to your pantry where your stash of sugar is and looking at it often during the day. You may even go in a haze and then realize where you are. You check in, realize you still don't want it, and you walk away, but there you are again and again. And maybe you're beginning to doubt, wondering if there's some validity in you standing there, and perhaps you decide to try a bite of something. It is possible for you to talk yourself back into a bad habit, Tappers. EFT is a magnificent tool to rewire your brain in a very short amount of time, but it is not a barrier of eternal protection from ever falling into the same issue. So if you find yourself in this place, try this. Notice where you are, and instead of dismissing it and walking away, begin tapping and ask yourself, what part of me still feels like it needs to be standing here right now? It may be a body part, it may be you from 2 years ago, or you when you were 8 years old. But once you know that, ask what it is that this part of you hopes will be here. Is it assurance? Is it consistency? Is it comfort? Be sure to tap to accept this part of you and whatever it's looking for, and that it's okay. And then finally, find another solution. Make suggestions until you find one that feels good to you. How about a drink of water, a piece of gum, watching a funny cat video, taking time out and going and crying? Whatever it is, honor it. And if you discover that you really did just want a cookie, remember, sometimes it's okay to want a cookie, and trust that there's nothing else behind it. I hope this helps, and I'll see you soon.